5 loaves and 2 fish remained just 5 and 2 until they reached Jesus' hands. And once they reached Jesus' hands, they were multiplied. Dearly beloved in Jesus Christ, welcome to the reflections of 18th Ordinary Sunday, Year A. Dear friends, once there was a Christian family who had a pious practice of reading a small gospel passage before their meal and sharing its reflection. The family members would take turn every day. One day father, another day mother, child, sister, brother, and so forth. On a particular day, little Johnny got the chance to read the gospel text and share his reflection. And Johnny selected feeding of 5,000 men. While he was reading the text, all others were wondering what message Johnny would give or what reflection Johnny would put forth from this. After he had completed reading the text, he said, "There remained just 2 fish and 5 loaves till they reached Jesus' hands. And once they reached, they became so many." With this reflection, the entire family was taken aback. Dear friends in Christ, today's liturgy of the word helps us to understand the goodness or the benevolence that God bestows on humanity. The first reading is taken from the book of Isaiah. Book of Isaiah, chapter 56. This portion of the book is called Deutero-Isaiah. The chapters before this particular passage and after the particular passage are very important. Chapter 54 speaks about God promises that Zion will be released from all its bondages. And in 55 we hear all these blessings. The blessings: come and have and buy things without any money because it's already released and God gives you blessings freely and abundantly. And the following passage, it is continuation of God's blessings for all chosen people. So from here we understand that God's benevolence comes to humanity without any conditions. But remember, we need to earn this. If and only if we become very faithful to God, follow His commandments, live according to His plans, God becomes benevolent towards us and we start enjoying His benevolence love. The second reading is taken from the letter to the Romans. Here St. Paul tells, no persecutions can separate us from the love of God, because love of God is beyond any kind of persecutions. Love of God is beyond any kind of pleasures. Neither pleasure nor persecutions nor difficulties can separate us from love of God, because love of God is such a magnanimity and such a great thing. Are we working for love of God or any other things? In this gesture, remember, if you have love of God, no persecution remains as a persecution. Remember all the saints and all those who lived the path of God. In their persecutions, they started enjoying love of God. In their persecutions, they started praying for others. So, when you are in love of God, no persecutions will become persecutions, but they become a path to reach God. The gospel text is taken from Gospel of Matthew. Here we hear about feeding of 5,000 men. Well, from this gospel text, I have 2 reflections to put forth. The first one, as I said in the example, give to God whatever little you have, and that will be multiplied. In this juncture, we must understand we don't need to be very great. We don't need to have so many talents. We don't need to have so many resources. But only one thing, whatever you have, go to God and surrender Him and say, Lord, I have only this much. And then the Lord will perform miracles. In this juncture, we need to understand that whatever small we are, whatever small position we have, don't be frustrated and worried. Do your job to the maximum. Do your best, and God will help you. The second point of our reflection is, there is always something left over for the hands that are ready to share. Some of the theologians would give a different interpretation for the feeding of 5,000 men. Remember the setting and scenario of the parable. The feeding of 5,000 men happened in a deserted place close to the Sea of Galilee beside Bethsaida, which means it is a lonely place. There are no resources for people to survive there. And in that place, 5,000 people gathered. So, everybody knows there are no provisions for them to survive. There are no provisions for them to fulfill their thirst and hunger. Now, if the small boy had enough knowledge or enough courage to take something for him because it is a deserted place, don't you think all other people also have brought something for their survival? Obviously, all others have brought. Now, what is a miracle? The miracle is Jesus gathered all the resources and redistributed them to everyone who is present there. That's why nobody lacked food. So, who did the miracle? Is it Jesus or the people? Dear friends, anyone who is ready to share his resources, anyone who is willing to give what he has with others will never lack anything. God will provide you. At the same time, the society will be having all the resources equally shared. Look at a society. Look at the world. The resources of the world are accumulated in the hands of few people. And there are millions of people suffering over there because of hunger, because of homelessness and sickness. The resources are not shared. People are not willing to share. But the Lord reminds us, if there is a willing heart, there is enough resources for every human being. So understand, dear friends, if and only if we are ready to share, everyone will have whatever they need, not for their greed. So from 18th Ordinary Sunday Liturgy, let's take 2 points for our reflection. The first one, if I give to God whatever little I have, God will multiply it and make miracles in my life. Secondly, let me share whatever I have so that I and the one who receives will be blessed by God. May God bless us all. Have a blessed day ahead.